again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. Hello. Hope all of you are doing really well today. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do this really easy, simple, very versatile stitch, little something I call the double fillet stitch, because it mimics the idea of a mesh, but it's got a little bit more oomph, a little bit more body to it because everything is doubled. So it's a little bit more substantial. So whether you're making a scarf or a wrap or a lightweight blanket, I think that this is really quite nice. And yes, it's very, very simple with just a 2-row repeat. Also, I think this would actually make a really nice cardigan or something of that sort. And for this particular swatch, I used, this is Red Heart Ombre in the lovely purple colorway. And today we're going to be using the pink anemone colorway for today. It's a weight of 4, so I'm using a size 6mm today, which is a size J. Of course, you can use whatever works best for you, whatever yarn, whatever hook size, as long as, your tension and your gauge makes the stitches look nice and crisp. That being said, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, as per usual, the base chain. So for this particular stitch, you're going to need a multiple of 4 chains plus an additional 3 chains. So right here, I have 4 multiples of 4, which is 16, plus my additional 3. So I've got 19 chains here. You can make this as wide or as narrow as you want to, but as always, I do suggest, based on the hook size and the weight of yarn that you're using, swatch it first. That way you can determine how many multiples of 4 you'll need for your desired width. All right, so that being said, get your base chain ready, multiple of 4 plus an additional 3, and we shall get started. Okay, row 1. So into the second chain from the hook, single crochet. And single crochet into the next chain as well. So we're starting off with 2 singles. There we go. And then chain 2, skip 2 chains, and single crochet into the next 2 chains. And we're going to do this all the way across. Like I said, this is a very simple, basic stitch. So 1 single, and then single into the next, chain 2, skip 2 chains, single into the third and fourth. Chain 2, skip 2 chains, and single crochet into the next 2. There we go. Chain 2, skip 2 chains, and then you only have 2 chains left over at the very end. Single crochet into those last 2 chains to finish row 1. And that, my dears, is row 1. Very, very basic. And then the next 2 rows, we're going to repeat over and over and over again until you've got your desired length. All right, let's get to it. Row 2. Okay, row 2, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of height. So I'm going to chain up 2, and that's going to make a double crochet. Some people, they like to chain up 3, but I think that a chaining up of 2 creates a cleaner edge. So to each their own. Me, I'm chaining up 2 for my first double, and then going to do a double crochet into the second stitch. Not this first one, but the next one over. Double crochet. And this is a little bit fiddly. initially, but once you get into the groove and once you have more of an established swatch going, it works up a lot faster and easier, like with most things. So we did our 2 doubles, chain 2, skip the chain 2 space, and double crochet into those 2 single crochet stitches. If I can get in there. There we go. Chain 2, skip the chain 2 space, and double crochet into those next 2 single crochet stitches. And we're just going to do this until the very end. There we go. Chain 2, skip the chain 2 space, double into the next 2 singles, there we go. Chain 2 once more, and double into those last 2 single crochet stitches. There we are. And that is the end of row 2. Okay, row 3, much like row 1, but we're not going to be working on the chain, we're going to be working on existing stitches. So for row 3, start off by chaining up 1, turn the work, and single crochet into these first 2 stitches. Into the first double, a single crochet, and single crochet into that next double. There we are. Chain 2, and single crochet into the next 2 doubles. Chain 2, single crochet into the next 2 doubles. Chain 2, single into the next 2 doubles. Okay, chain 2, and single crochet into the last 2 doubles. Now, it's a little bit fiddly, the very, very last stitch, but we can do it. So it's the second chain from the bottom, and I would suggest not going in between them, but actually go into the top of that stitch. It looks a lot neater. Like so, right into the top of that stitch. And single crochet. And there you go. Nice clean edge. All right. And that is the end of row 3, which is 1 full repeat of our pattern. And we're going to do another one because, well, I like to be thorough and, well, this is a very simple stitch, but I like spending time with you guys. Can't help it. So let's do rows 2 and 3 once again. Let's go. Okay, so row 2 for the repeat. Start off by chaining up 2. Turn the work. Double crochet into the second single crochet stitch. Chain 2. Double crochet into each of the next 2 single crochet stitches, skipping over that chain 2 space. chain 2, double crochet into the next 2 singles, chain 2, double crochet into the next 2 singles, chain 2, and double crochet into the last 2 singles. There we go. And then for row 3, chain up 1, turn the work, single crochet into the first 2 stitches, there we are, chain 2, single into the next 2 doubles, chain 2, single into the next 2 doubles, chain 2, single into the next 2 doubles, chain 2, and single into the last 2 doubles. It's really, really, really simple, and it does not take a lot to get into the proverbial groove with this stitch. You can very much go on autopilot. You know, it's a short repeat, it's very simple, and the stitches are basic. It's just chain stitches, single crochet stitches, and double crochet stitches, and that is it. It's that easy. And the only thing I would suggest is end after doing a row 3, because that way the top edge and the bottom edge will have the same thickness as far as the doubled chain spaces on the top and bottom edge. And you have a really nice substantial grid work to really do whatever it is that you like to do. There you go. All right. Ta-da! Alrighty, my dears. So that's going to conclude today's tutorial on the double fillet stitch. I really hope that you liked it. And if you did, please give a little thumbs up button down below, because you know that I appreciate your appreciation. And in the comments section, I want to hear from you. What sort of project, what sort of item are you going to be making with this stitch? Is it going to be perhaps a blanket, something more of a wearable? Let me know. What sorts of colors, what sorts of yarns, you know? Always like hearing about your creative process. And, well, you know what to do until next time, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and please stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great day.